Hey guys, Jessica here. So today I'm going to talk about the lessons that I've learned so far while planning my section hike on the trail and just some of the thoughts that have gone through my head so far. So the first lesson I've learned is about how I don't really care to talk about my hike with my non-hiker friends. And the reason is just because it's really hard to talk to someone about something like this when they don't quite understand the magnitude and importance of it. Now, it's not that they're not good listeners or anything like that. Like, they're great. It's just, it can be frustrating when you're talking to someone about your hike and they don't quite understand exactly what you're taking on. So I just find that it's good just to, you bring it up, you tell them that you're doing it so that they know not to book anything during that time frame, but that's it. The next one is that you'll start to feel alone. Now, when I say that, I just mean that the people around you physically, it's likely that many of them or none of them have done anything like this before. And specifically saying the Appalachian Trail in particular. So they don't quite understand, again, what you're going through and all that stuff. So you're kind of feeling like you're on your own a little bit, where you're planning your mail drops if that's what you're going to do, or you're trying to figure out what type of gear to get or what kind of clothes, and there's so many options and no one's right there next to you to really give you advice about trying to do a long distance hike. And really, that's where the YouTube community and all the trail forums come in. It's so important. I find, you could go out and do something like this without doing a lot of research. You probably could. There's probably people that have done it. However, I'm someone who likes to plan a little bit. So for me to watch other people's videos who have already started the trail and people just showing each other what type of gear that they've got, like, I find that's really important to me because it makes me feel that there's other people going through the same things that I'm going through right now. The third one is that you can make your hike as complicated as you want to make it. Now, personally, I'm a little bit of a planner, so there's certain things that I want to plan out. I have my hotel room booked at Amicalola Lodge for when I get there the night before my hike. I have my shuttle booked and all that, but that's because I knew that I was going to be busy right now with school and work. So I planned ahead to make sure that I wasn't doing all this stuff last minute. Now, I also planned on doing I'm planning on doing some mail drops. So I have one for Neil Gap, one for the NOC, and the other for Fontana Village. And some people suggest not to do mail drops. You could do it either way. Personally, I want to try them out. Not many of them, just 3. And I want to try them out just to keep my mind busy. Personally, I'm getting really antsy about getting on the trail, especially where I've seen many other people start. Scoutmaster on the AT, Intrepidan, probation termination, they're all out there, and I just really want to be able to get out on the trail. So planning my mail drops have been keeping me busy. Now, you could probably go on the trail again, like I mentioned before, not planning too much and just going out and getting out and having some gear that you've minimally researched, and that's fine too, whatever works for you. But personally, it's as complicated as you make it, and I decided to make mine not complicated, but just, planned out a little bit more in advance. So the next one is that, well, this one really isn't a lesson, but it's more just a thought that's been going through my head a little bit. And do I wish I would have done a through hike rather than a section hike? And the answer to that is I do want to do a through hike. Doing the 6 months would be awesome. However, in order for me able to get out on the Appalachian Trail, a through hike was not possible right now. It just wasn't going to work out. I have school starting back up like in a few months and all that kind of stuff. Well, more than a few months, but anyways, it's going to be after I got off the trail. I'd have school starting up shortly after that, and just the stars didn't align for me to do a through hike. And I'm very appreciative to do my section hike, so I don't want that to come off the wrong way. Section hike is amazing. I'm super excited, and that's the way I'm going to do it, and that's how I'm going to tackle the Appalachian Trail. But a through hike does sound amazing too, so I'm not going to say that I didn't think about it a couple of times. And the last lesson or thought I just wanted to share with you guys today on things that I've learned so far is that if you are planning on video blogging, you will come across trolls. And that's something that I personally have come across too as well so far. So I got a lot of views on my solo hiking video, which I appreciate, by the way, guys. Thanks very much for all the support. But that also came along with a lot of trolls. Now, I don't care personally what people say, so it doesn't bother me. But I just want people to know that these trolls are out there to try to bring you down and make you not hike the trail and make you doubt your decision. These people have probably never done anything like this in their life. They're probably sitting home just like, have nothing better to do. And just don't let it get to you. Do your own thing, like, hike your own hike. Now, there's a difference, though, between trolls and constructive criticism. So someone's saying, I've had quite a few people say to me, you need a better mic. And I 100% agree. I don't know if this is going to help, but I'm using my headphones right now, and it's got like a little mic on it. I hope that helps out you guys, but if it doesn't, just let me know. Like, that's constructive criticism. But people saying to you, like, you're not going to make it, you're going to fail, like, what are you thinking doing the hike? Like, just don't listen to it. It's your channel. Do what you want to do, and people will follow you for what you like to do. And that's that. So those are my lessons learned so far. As far as thoughts that I've been having, I am getting really anxious to hit the trail, just seeing everyone get out there. And, I'm counting down the days. I'm about 2 months away. And I'm really, really excited. I don't regret my decision in any way, shape, or form to take this time off. I'm really, really excited. But I still have some time to go, so I have to be able to wait it out. Now, even though I'm really excited, I kind of go through mixed emotions sometimes. Like, I'm never not excited to an extent, so I'm more excited than anything else. But I do go through phases where I think, I'm a little bit nervous. I'm doing something like this by myself. And like, that happened a couple weeks ago. I thought about it and I'm like, I'm going to hike the Appalachian Trail on my own. Now, I know people say you're never really on your own and all that, but I'm leaving by myself and I'm planning all this by myself. So to me, I am starting my hike alone. And there's a lot of feelings that come up with that, because you're like, well, what happens when I get to Neil Gap? How do I resupply, and how do I get a shuttle? Am I going to hitchhike? And you start thinking of all these things, and I just had to say to myself, just let it go. Just, you do your 3 mail drops, you got yourself set up at the beginning, just let it go. Don't overcomplicate it. Just go out and enjoy it, go out and have fun, and things will work out along the way. And that's what I just had to tell myself, instead of thinking I always had to plan ahead. And I'm just going to take it as it is, and I think I'll enjoy it a lot more that way. But yeah, so mixed emotions. You're leaving your life behind for 3 months, or at least I am for 3 months. Other people even longer, and it is a sacrifice that you're making for this dream that you want to do. And it's just great that I have some very supportive people around me to make this as easy as possible. I think that if the people around me weren't as supportive, then it wouldn't be as easy to do, and a bit harder mentally. And I'm just fortunate that I have a lot of supporters right now back home. In my last video, I mentioned that I was going to promote 3 other hiker YouTube channels for you guys to check out. The first one is the Hiking Sailor. So you might have heard his name before in one of my past YouTube videos. He actually used to live in the same town that I lived in, and I met him on a 3-day hiking trail just in the middle of the woods. So a few years later, I found out that he's hiking the Appalachian Trail. So he actually hiked the Quebec section of the International Appalachian Trail the past summer to prep for the AT. And he has a lot of content on that. So I recommend that you check him out. I'm going to have all the links to the channels in the description below. The second one is Neil Livingston, and he also was another channel that was mentioned in one of my previous videos. He's a fellow Canadian as well, just like the Hiking Sailor. And He hiked part of the International Appalachian Trail, the Quebec section, with the Hiking Sailor, and he's actually going to be hiking half the AT this year as well, so another channel to check out. The last one is Scoutmaster on the AT. Now, for those of you who have been keeping up with hikers already on the trail, then you're already familiar with his channel, but he puts out a video every single day, and I love it. You know, being able to get that view of the trail. So he'll show like a lot of the trail and what it looks like, and he just tells you as it is and tells you where he's going and what his thought process is and what he thinks he's going to do, and he's making really good miles already. And I think that he's already at almost a month on the trail, if not a month already. I'm not sure if his videos are lagged or anything, but he's about a month into the trail. And the last video I just watched, he passed Fontana Dam, and I'm a few videos behind, so he's got a lot of content out there already. Anyways, his videos are great. Highly recommend you to check them out. And if there's any other lessons that you have learned planning for your hike, or anything that you have learned planning for your hike that you did in like a previous year or anything like that, feel free to leave them in the comments below and share with your fellow hikers. All right, thanks guys for watching. Take care.